Officially formed in 1921, Marine Band San Diego has thrilled countless millions throughout the world with its inspiring renditions of traditional and contemporary music. Each member of the band has completed recruit training, maintains combat skills, and many have been on combat deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan, giving true meaning to the title Marine Musicians. Marine Band San Diego is under the leadership of Chief Warrant Officer 2, Alex Panos, Band Officer, and Master Sergeant Gary Robinson, Bandmaster. Today, the band is led on the march by Staff Sergeant Craig H. Palmer, Drum Major, and is under the direction of the enlisted conductor, Gunnery Sergeant Megan Harper. Pre-parade serenade was provided by Marine Band San Diego, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California. The Marine Corps has played an active role in San Diego history ever since Marines from the sloop of war Cheyenne seized Old Town during the Mexican-American War in 1846. Marines have been stationed at the Recruit Depot since 1921, when most of the buildings to your front were constructed. These buildings, known as the Arcade, were designed by world-famous architect Bertram Goodhue. The Arcade is among 25 buildings that have qualified for inclusion on the National Register of Historic Places and are outstanding examples of Spanish colonial revival architecture. Since 1923, more than 1 million Marines have completed their recruit training here at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, and since 1915 at the Marine Corps East Coast Recruit Training Depot at Parris Island, South Carolina. Regardless of where a Marine attended boot camp, you can rest assured that they received the toughest and most physically and mentally demanding recruit training offered anywhere in the world. Some individual techniques and methods may have evolved over the years, but the focus and adherence to our core values of honor, courage, and commitment are as strong today as any time in our history. Today, the Marines of Company guard this proud tradition as they step forward to join this rich heritage. Ahead of them lie bright futures that will no doubt add to the determination, moral courage, integrity, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others toward excellence and common goals. For 246 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls. In the harshest conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies, Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Though battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that true victory comes from the individual Marine with steeled resolve, the drive to overcome any obstacle, and the warrior spirit to fight on against all odds. It takes that steadfast faithfulness, semper fidelis, to corps, country, and each other that abounds throughout our storied legacy. Marines today remain in combat, forward deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. They're resolved to be most ready when the nation is least ready, to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company H, today marks the end of the 13-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton and on this parade deck, and have been trained, as are all Marines, as basic riflemen. In addition, due to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They're Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the ceremony will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with the military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hand over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear, to remove it. Will the guests please rise for the presentation of the colors? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Following the command, parade rest, the parade adjutant will give the command sound off, which signals the band to parade forward of the assembled Marines while playing military marching music. The parade adjutant now presents the assembled command to the commander of troops.
Sir, the parade is forward. Paper full. Aye, aye, sir. Series 2173, all present.
At the command, officers center march. All unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines.
Stop. Halt. Stop. Right. Haste. Stop. Order. Sort. All right. Right. Step. Ready. Rip.
Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, those in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for their dedicated service to Corps and country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel R. Myers.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all for being here. On behalf of Brigadier General Jason L. Morris, the Commanding General of the Western Recruiting Region and the Marine Corps Recruit Depot here at San Diego, as well as on behalf of Colonel Joseph W. Jones, the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Company H's graduation. To begin, I'd like to recognize a few groups of individuals. First and foremost, to all you family and friends of these new Marines standing behind me, I want to personally thank you for all your love and support of them during recruit training, for it has been vital to their success. You gave them the preparation and the foundation that helped them overcome the many mental and physical challenges during their time here. And you also instilled the courage and commitment that enabled them to take those initial steps towards becoming a United States Marine. And for that, we are forever grateful. To the families of the drill instructors and officers of Company H who are seated right here to the right of the reviewing stand, no one knows more than you the time and dedication that it takes to transform a civilian into a Marine. And so I want to personally thank you for your many, many sacrifices that allowed these drill instructors and officers to perform a mission that is absolutely critical to our national security and our Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these family members from Company H a round of applause. I'd also like to recognize today's parade reviewing official, Major General David J. Blythe, whose impressive bio you will hear shortly. Major General Blythe is currently serving as a Staff Judge Advocate to the Commandant of the Marine Corps. General, it's an honor to have you. Thank you for being here today. I have one more group that I'd like to recognize, and I'll tell you these individuals do not need much of an introduction. They're the ones standing behind me wearing those distinctive green campaign covers. They're the legendary Marine Corps drill instructors. And from the moment a recruit steps foot here on the depot, there's a drill instructor with him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're the very heart of what it takes to transform a civilian into a Marine. And you can ask any Marine, and they will tell you that they will never ever forget the name, the face, or that gentle, loving voice that woke them up every morning for 12 weeks of their drill instructor. So I encourage you after today's ceremony to come down and thank some of these drill instructors for their service. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our drill instructors. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about these new Marines and about the training that they just went through. You see, when they first came here, they were fit, young, already in better shape than most people their age. On average, they were 19 years old. 99% of them were high school graduates. Furthermore, they displayed the courage and commitment that few of their peers could muster when they raised their right hand, swore a solemn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, and then traveled here from across every state and territory in the Western Recruiting Region and 9 other countries across this globe. Some coming as far as Vietnam, Thailand, and the Netherlands, and others from right here within San Diego. And when they arrived here, well, that's when steel began to sharpen steel. As these drill instructors forged them through the fires of the crucible to a tightly cohesive group of physically fit, disciplined Marines, honing their minds and their bodies until they proved themselves capable of marching long distances across mountainous terrain with minimal food and sleep to be where they're needed, when they're needed to accomplish the mission. Now, many of you have already seen some of the physical changes from yesterday, but I have a few more changes that I want to tell you about. Moms, you're going to like this. I promise you they know how to get up every morning and make their bed. And dads, well, they finally got that haircut that you've been wanting to get, and I guarantee you they'll keep it for the foreseeable future. But I want you to know that truly the most important change is one that has occurred within. For they have been thoroughly immersed in our core values of honor, courage, and commitment. And just by virtue of them standing here today means they've accepted their values as their own. And it's because of this, because the journey that they have made and the physical, mental, and moral development that they have displayed, that through their blood, sweat, and tears, they're now proud to forever claim that title of United States Marine. And now I am proud to introduce to all of you 339 members of Company H as our nation's newest Marines. Now, excuse me while I turn and address these Marines one last time before we conclude today's ceremony. Good morning, Marines. Like I've told you before, Sergeant Major and I are extremely proud of you. Every challenge, every obstacle that we put in your path, you crushed it, and you truly earned the title of United States Marine. When you arrived here on those buses and stepped off in those legendary yellow footprints, these drill instructors focused on instilling discipline, resiliency, and our core values in you until you demonstrated our Marine attributes of exemplary character and mental and physical toughness. And as you progressed in your training, you entered our martial arts program where you earned your tan belt. Some of you learned how to swim for the very first time in our water survival program. And many of you overcame your fear of heights as you negotiated those high obstacles on our confidence course and obstacle course. And then you were taught weapons handling and traveled up to Weapons Field Training Battalion where you learned to deliver precision fires on pinpoint targets from a staggering distance of over 500 yards away, demonstrating our warfighting ethos, culture, and skills. And as a final test, you participated in that grueling 3-day exercise where you were given billets that required you to demonstrate leadership, initiative, and a bias for intelligent action until you fully demonstrated at a level that we expect of every single Marine all of our attributes. So now, having completed the longest, the hardest, and certainly most demanding recruit training across this globe, you stand ready to carry on our Marine traditions as our nation's Naval Expeditionary Force in readiness and defend our great nation against all enemies. As you travel away from here and on to your next duty station, I implore you to be safe, be smart, make good decisions like we have taught you. Never forget that eagle globe and anchor that was pressed into the palm of your hand on top of that Reaper, for it represents over 246 years of Marine Corps traditions. You must always be proud of that legacy and never protect it, and always protect it. So now, on behalf of the officers, the drill instructors, and support personnel here at Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, it is my privilege to give you a traditional Marine Corps parting of fair winds and following seas. Congratulations, Marines, Semper Fidelis, and welcome to our Corps.
Now taking their position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing official, Major General David J. Bly, Staff Judge Advocate to the Commandant of the Marine Corps. He's accompanied by Brigadier General Jason L. Morris, Commanding General for Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego and the Western Recruiting Region. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for honors to Major General David J. Bly.
Regiment! And Present! Up! Now, order, so. Order! Up!
Thank you. Please be seated. Major General David J. Bly, Staff Judge Advocate to the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Major General Bly is a native of Athens, Pennsylvania. He is a 1988 graduate of Indiana University of Pennsylvania and a 1997 graduate of the University of Georgia School of Law. Major General Bly was commissioned through the Platoon Leaders Course program in 1988. After graduating the basic school, Major General Bly attended Assault Amphibian Officers course and later attended the Basic Lawyer course, where he obtained the Military Occupational Specialty of 4402 Judge Advocate. Major General Bly has served in a variety of challenging billets in numerous commands to include serving as a platoon commander and company commander at 2nd Assault Amphibian Battalion, series commander at Marine Corps Recruit Depot Paris Island, civil law officer, trial counsel, and officer in charge of legal assistance, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, director at Joint Law Center, Marine Corps Air Station, New River, Staff Judge Advocate at 3rd Marine Expeditionary Force, Okinawa, Japan, and the Assistant Judge Advocate General of the Navy, Military Law. Major General Bly currently serves as the Staff Judge Advocate to the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Major General Bly's personal decorations include the Legion of Merit with 3 gold stars in lieu of 4th award, Meritorious Service Medal with 1 gold star in lieu of 2nd award, Joint Service Commendation Medal with 2 gold stars in lieu of 3rd award, Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal with 1 gold star in lieu of 2nd award, and the Combat Action Ribbon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Major General David J. Bly.
Sir, ready for.
Mark the command in review.
Aye, aye, sir. Stop. Carry. Sword. And review. Aye. Right. Forward. Aye.
More than 1 million Marines have been trained here in the past 100 years and have departed San Diego for combat in conflicts around the world, including places whose names are immediately associated with Marine courage and dedication. Names such as Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Iwo Jima, Busan, Incheon, Chosin Reservoir, Quezon, Way City, Lebanon, Grenada, Panama, Kuwait, Somalia, Fallujah, Iraq, Marjah, Afghanistan, and our most current operations worldwide. This parade deck is rich in history and tradition, and no Marine trained here ever forgets its sights and sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Troops, Captain Austin N. Hogan, Company Commander and the Regimental Staff.
Stop! Ready!
Marine Band San Diego, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, California. Ladies and gentlemen, as the national flag passes directly in front of you, please rise. Once it passes, you may be seated. Series 2169, Series Commander Captain Ryan Y. Kim, and Platoon 2169. Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Reginald L. Santafur, Jr. Platoon 2170, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Benjamin J. Rodiguero. Platoon 2171, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Anthony J. Messingale. The Regimental Color Guard is led by the Regimental Color Sergeant, Drill Instructor Sergeant Jesus R. Aguilera. Series 2173, Series Commander Captain Dylan G. Walsh, and Platoon 2173, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Raymond L. Rader. Platoon 2174, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Taylor J. Fall. Honor Platoon 2175, Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Luis E. Encarnacion. The Marines hymn has a history dating back to 1859. It is a long-standing tradition for Marines to face the direction of the music and stand at attention when it is heard. It is now directed that all Marines present and who have served honorably sing the words to the first verse as Marine Band San Diego performs the Marines hymn. Will the guests please rise? Thank you. Please be seated.
Aye, aye, sir.
The Marine Corps' uniqueness and strength as an elite fighting force is directly attributable to the magnificent efforts of the drill instructors and company officers who train and supervise the recruits. The distinct qualities of spirit and discipline, the heart and soul of every Marine, have been developed, nurtured, and ingrained in recruits through their observance and relationship with their drill instructors and officers. Recruit training is the very foundation of the Corps. Each year, recruit training provides thousands of America's finest young men and women with the basic knowledge and skills to function in a profession characterized by its own set of high values and tough standards. The most important thing we do in the Marine Corps is make Marines. The individual Marine is the Corps. That is what we do here. For the Marines graduating today, the long, arduous journey of the last 13 weeks is but a small step into the future of the Marine Corps. As they prepare to fill the ranks of our Corps, they do so with unquestionable support for the high ideals and standards of the United States of America and the United States Marine Corps. Although Company H prepares for their final dismissal from boot camp today, their initial training is not over. Soon after graduation, they will report to the School of Infantry, Camp Pendleton, California, where they will continue to be trained to serve as an effective member of a Marine Rifle Squad. The intense initial training that every Marine undergoes is designed to instill the fundamental premise that every Marine is a rifleman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to introduce to you the Marines responsible for ensuring the success of the difficult transition required to become a Marine. The company commander is Captain Austin N. Holgan. The company first sergeant is First Sergeant Kenyatta E. Cohn. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the company staff of Company H. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring, the guidons.
Guide! Center! Halt!
The guidons have been carried by the platoons throughout recruit training and are being retired to symbolize the disbanding of platoons. All similar units in the Marine Corps carry such guidons, which identify the unit and are a source of pride to each individual member. Note that the honor of carrying these guidons is bestowed upon those Marines who displayed outstanding leadership qualities, motivation, and character, and were selected as the Platoon Honor Graduates. The Platoon Honor Graduates compete for the titles of Series and Company Honor Graduate. They are considered the top Marines graduating today and have demonstrated the highest potential for future leadership and responsibility in the Marine Corps.
Center! East! Forward! March! Order! Guidon!
The guidons will now be returned to the drill instructors. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until all honor graduates have been recognized. The honor graduates will be presented a plaque donated by the Marine Corps Association and Foundation. The honor graduate for platoon 2169 is Private First Class Ivan T. Shelton from Wichita, Kansas. The honor graduate for platoon 2170 is Private First Class Adrian Jimenez Pena from Anaheim, California. The honor graduate for platoon 2171 and the series honor graduate is Private First Class Heather Amaya Evans from Katy, Texas. The honor graduate for platoon 2173 is Private First Class Cole P. Overstreet from Conroe, Texas. The honor graduate for platoon 2174 and the company honor graduate is Lance Corporal Austin A. Hasshagen from Lenexa, Kansas. Lance Corporal Hasshagen is also the recipient of the Chesty Puller Award for his outstanding meritorious performance while in recruit training. And the honor graduate for platoon 2175 is Private First Class Jose A. Esquivel from Phoenix, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, the honor graduates of Company H.
Order, sir. Company first on 20 as ordered. Aye, sir.
The company first sergeant will now give the command to the senior drill instructors to dismiss their platoons. Needless to say, this will be the most welcome command they have received throughout recruit training.
Senior drill instructors, dismiss your platoon!
Aye, first sergeant!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not cross the parade deck and utilize the far ends. Pick up any trash around you and utilize all waste receptacles. Please start making your way toward the parking lots utilizing the walkway behind the bleachers and go behind the yellow curb. If you are not in the parking lot on the other side of the yellow curb, you are still in a training area and may be impeding other companies' training. Please keep in mind the level of training your Marine has received and afford the same opportunities to those in